Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's prompt is geometric, and I was busy chatting away and didn't realize that I'd hit play. So I have started 3 or 4 minutes into the video, so I'll just bring you up to speed. Geometric, I don't really have anything that I want to do that is connected to this word. Having said that, right through my whole package is geometric imagery. Especially yesterday, I noticed it when I was thinking about today's video and what I would actually do. Those stencils, some of them were geometric, so I'm pretty pleased that there's actually an element of geometric through the video. So what I'm going to do today is I'm down to the last of my scraps that need to go with me. These are my Stamperia pieces that are left. I've got a heap of the bottom of all of the pages that I trimmed off that have that stitching on them from the sewing machine. So I'm really digging that because they're great little pieces to have with me, because I won't have my sewing machine with me. So I want to make a home for all of my Stamperia bits. So this journal cover was made in anticipation that I might need an emergency journal cover to have with me, because I think the original is going to get pretty full. So I made this in one of the videos. I can't remember when, but you would have seen it by now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to decorate an envelope to go with that journal. So I've trimmed down this envelope so that it is within the boundaries, so I know it will also slide into the strap or the closure that is on the actual journal. And I've then re-glued it so that it's now still an envelope. So I'll just put that aside. I then started going through my scraps and working out what I would do to decorate the envelope. And I came up with the idea that this potentially could end up being a flip in a pocket in a journal. So I've decided to sort of think along those lines more so than just an envelope to carry scraps as well. So I decided that if that is glued down on a page, I can still trim it. It's, you know, not an issue if needing be, but it's going to go in that one there, I'm thinking. So it might even go on the back. Yeah, there you go, I'm changing my mind already. It's going to go on this back cover. So I've got a storage and I've also got a flip as well. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to now decorate this. And the plan was I cut this piece of scrap paper because that's pretty boring, but I really love that. I've cut that to size, inked it. Then I cut this off of this piece and inked it, and I'm going to glue that there as a tuck so that I can use it to hold materials and I can use it to hold tourist paraphernalia, you know, things like that. And it'll end up in that actual journal cover. So that's when I looked up and realized that I hadn't been filming. So you've pretty much been caught up to where I am. Now what I want to do is I'm just thinking about where I want this tuck to be. So if that flips out, if I put the tuck this side, everything will fall out of my envelope, out of my tuck. Yeah, it needs to be this side, and I'm going to glue it down so that it stays there. Then I'm going to jump on the sewing machine and do a decorative stitch on it and then glue it to the envelope. So at least I have that continuity of stitching. So that's now attached to that as my tuck. Just need to trim, that's my scissors. Just need to trim that. Okay, now I'm going to stop the video here and go to my sewing machine and just stitch around that. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So what I've done is I've stitched around the perimeter of my piece And that is going to be glued down now to my envelope. So if that becomes a fold out envelope combination, it is ready to go. So I'm just going to add some glue. I might, I'm just looking over to the one side where I've got some of the leftover fabric from the project. And I can see a tiny little strip of calico that I used. So I'm going to actually add that as well, because I do like my fabric on my piece. So that is going to go there. Lovely. So that's now decorating that envelope. And I've just got this little strip of calico that I'd like to add to that. So where's my glue book? Okay. I can't believe we're getting to the end of this project. How sad, how exciting, how, oh, so many emotions. Wouldn't it have been nice to then announce that I was actually going on a cruise, on a ship to Japan? But no, I'm not. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen, because I'm certainly in the mood for it, let me tell you, after doing this project. Oh, you're not even on camera. It's because I've got sticky fingers. I've just gone straight to the piece. Let me just lift that up. I'm just gluing that down. Let me get rid of my book. I'm gluing that down, and that will just give me that little bit of textile there. Just love it. Okay, so my envelope is looking very fancy with that little bit of muslin calico down there. I'll need to be careful that that doesn't glue closed, because it's a bit gluey. But that should be fine. Love it. Okay. Now, what will we put in the envelope? It's not sticking. Oh, that's not sticking. Hold the horses. Just need... Oh, there's my phone. Back in a moment. Okay, sorry about that. That was my phone. As you may know already, I own a couple Christmas shops, so my ringtone is Christmas bells. That way, if it rings while I'm in the shop, it doesn't sound rude, especially if I'm talking to some staff or I'm talking to a customer. I can sort of disguise the fact that, yeah, my phone is ringing in my pocket. So that was the theory behind that ringtone. Okay, so all I'm doing now is I'm going to pop in that envelope these little scraps. Might need to cut a couple down a fraction. So love that. There we go. And that one too. So they've all got a home, those little pieces. Love it. That's good. Now I wonder if I should put some paper here, because I do have some left, or do I just leave that in its entirety and just pop it in? I think I will. I'm just going to trim them down because they're way too big anyway. So I will cut them to the size. I'll just take that and measure it on my... So about 8 inches would be good. So 8, slice, 8, sliced, and 8. So that's the last of my pack of paper. That can go with me. There's plenty there to make some tucks, belly bands, flips, goodness knows what. I can also decorate. Oh, that's still too short. That one will go in. No. Oh, goodness me. they can definitely go in. So I need to just slither off probably another half. Try that again. I take it to 7.5. Will that fit? Yep. Lovely. So 7.5. And they're in the envelope. So done. Love it. Now the only other thing I might do is I did want to take some of my leftover rice paper with me. So I might fold that and just tuck it in the side tuck in there. And I had found some napkins very early in the piece that I thought I might use that had imagery. And to be honest, none of them really jump out at me except for this one. That's just a repeat. Probably won't hurt to have a butterfly. So what I'm going to do is I want to pack a little bit of napkin. So I'm just going to cut that there, and I'm going to cut this in half. I'm probably starting to pack too much, but I don't think so. So now I've just got that one piece. So there's a few little elements there that may be fun to play with. I'm going to separate that. And just take that with me. Gets rid of some bulk. And I think I really like this one. Some pops of red around would be a good thing. So I'm just going to cut him as well. And I'm going to slide these pieces into that side tuck so that they're connected to the project and I'll know where they are. Where's the side? If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm sure you saw the video where I did some collaging of a envelope, what was it? A little booklet of envelopes using the cherry blossom print. So by squishing the little nodules that you find around the side of the napkin, you're releasing the layers because the factories crimp them all together. I don't think that's got a second layer. I think we have a 2-ply napkin. Still feels like there could be one there, but anyway, I can't seem to separate it, so I think it's a 2-ply. So I'm going to pack those. I also want to add some of the napkin I used on that previous project. So I might pack all of that. It's all ready to go anyway. And I'll get my little bit of rice paper, tuck that inside, and then slide that into that little tuck spot. Lovely. That'll pin that in there nicely. Okay, so I've got some tissue with me for decoupaging, and it's a future flip, plus it's also holding all my Stamperia bits and pieces. And I know it will fit in the back of this journal if it ends up being in there, or it might be just a case of this is just a basic journal and this element is on the back attached to the back of the main journal. So I'm loving that. Very good. So that's taken care of the Stamperia and it's taken care of my napkins. Yeah, I'm closing in on the finish now. All I have left on my desk in front of me from where I would set up to do all this is a little bit of brown paper. That hasn't found a home, so maybe while we're thinking about it, I put a paper clip on that. Just grabbing a paper clip. Actually, there's one already there holding that little piece of calico. So I'm going to put a second paper clip on. That will hold all those snippets of brown papers, because I haven't included them. So this has become quite a little spot to go. I did grab out these little notebook. We covered one, a bigger version here. This had a flamingo on the front. We covered it with fabric. And I do have this little one here that I haven't done anything with. So I might include it. And that way, if I do buy some fabric from Japan, I've got somewhere that I can actually glue some fabric onto. And it too can be part of supplies. So I'm going to tuck that in there. What else have I got lying around? Oh, I've still got 2 of the little journal cards. I've started a must take with me list, and there were 3 of these. So I'm going to slide them in. They'll be handy to have with me. That's it. Okay. Oh, I can see one more piece of paper. Look, I found that. So I'm going to fold that and tuck that in there. Lovely. Okay. Wow. I'm getting close now. So those napkins, they can go back into my cupboard. I've got a little bit of fabric kicking around, but mainly, you know, basic stuff that I've already, you know, dealt with through fabric flips. Got lots of paper clips with me. Oh, yeah. It's looking good. Okay, everyone. That's it for today, my geometric. Tomorrow is favourite quote. And then farewell. So tomorrow we're going to do the cover. We're going to cover the cover. So very exciting. Okay, I will see you then. Bye for now.